Hey, I'm Giles, and I'm making my first indie game inspired by Enter the Gungeon and Risk of Rain. I'm calling it Cyberstrike, and you can wishlist it on Steam. In the first devlog, we went over the story, made the player character, a placeholder gun, and added the first two enemies to the game. In devlog 1, we're going to focus all about the player character, his redesign, and what they are actually going to look like in the final game. Before we landed on the final character design, there was a couple other iterations of the character that Artman Oil created. This is the first concept art we came up with. I think the only thing that stayed from this rendition was his name and the fact that he carries a sword for his special ability. Oh yeah, and his name's Rob. During the making of Devlog 0, Artman Oil created these PNG tuber drawings for me. But before the character looked like this, he looked like this. With 2 to 3 different concepts up in the air now, we had to nail it down to one grand final character concept.
It's beautiful!
I think that this concept art encapsulates all the best qualities from each variant that was made. We have what our character looks like, but we need him in pixel form and in the game. New Cyberstrike member just dropped. Everyone please give a warm welcome to Cyberstrike's character animator, Tax. I was on the hunt for a good 2 weeks to find a good pixel artist whose skills would match what I was looking for in my game. I contacted quite a few well-known pixel artists on Twitter, and all of them were either too busy or did not want to take the tasks that I had for them. Tax was brought to my attention by recommendation from Pitt, and I have to say that was the best thing that could happen to me. I'm so happy with what Tax was able to do with Rob. Time to take the concept art and bring it to life with pixel art. First thing I had Tax do was create an idle animation for the 8 directions needed. Here's what that ended up looking like. We have one for each direction: up, down, left, right, and the diagonals. Rob looks amazing in pixel art, but he's stuck in place until we create a running animation for him. That was the next thing for Tax to do. Just like the idle animation, we need a running animation for each direction: up, down, left, right, and the diagonals. Because I had my character already set up in Godot, all I had to do was replace the current animations with the updated ones and we're all set. In Devlog 0, I mentioned how I would change the gun positions to not be floating around the player and rather in his hand. That's what I'm going to tackle next. Just like Enter the Gungeon, there's going to be 3 different states of the character. Number 1, no weapons. When the player is in the hub world, they will not have any weapons, and they will not look towards the mouse cursor position. Number 2, one-handed weapons. When the player has a one-handed weapon, they will have one hand of their sprite turned off, and the hand and gun will be a separate object in the game. The player's directional animation will be depending on the mouse cursor's location, and the gun sprite will rotate towards the mouse position and switch hands depending on which side of the screen the mouse cursor is at. Here's how that looks like all put together. Number 3, two-handed weapons. When the player has two-handed weapons, both arms on the sprite will be turned off. The gun will have both hands parented to the sprite. Same as before, the character will look towards the mouse cursor position. Here's how two-handed weapons look right now. Both these weapons are just placeholder sprites. One more thing to add to the new updated character, and that would be the dodging animation. At first I thought about the player having a dash instead of a dodge animation, kinda like Hyper Light Drifter, or something with a ghosting effect. But the more I thought of how much Enter the Gungeon is inspiring my game, I wanted to pay homage to the guys who made that game, Dodge Roll Studios, and have a proper dodge roll animation. For the dodge roll animations, there wasn't need for all 8 directions, only up, down, left, right, and the up diagonals. Here's a little gameplay with the updated player character and everything that we just implemented. This is where Devlog 1 ends. Before the video ends, it would mean a lot if you could wishlist the game on Steam. And follow me on Twitter and my other socials. And also, we have a Discord now. So if you want to join there and either chat with me or either of the artists of the game, throw out suggestions, or just want to see more up-to-date progress, join the Discord. Thanks for watching Devlog 1, and I hope to see you in the next one. The next one we are going to be talking about the hub world. Peace.